What's up, guys, and welcome back to another D&D story. Today's story is a little bit different. Today we're talking about, this episode in particular is going to be a bit more graphic and vulgar than the last one. So if you are not into sensitive topics and stupidity, you probably shouldn't watch it. But this story is about the time that our party was involved in a crucifixion. I'll be your storyteller today. My name, as you all know, is Legend, and welcome to another D&D quote-unquote animation. So come over here, gather around, and sit close. Grab your drinks, grab your snacks, because you're in for a treat. Let us open the book of D&D and explore the world. I shall be playing as everyone in my party, and this is the messed up story of the time my party encountered a necromancer. The campaign we're playing is the Lost Mines of Phandelver campaign, DM'd by my friend. He has not been in any views in the past, but that's besides the point. Our party consists of 5 people. Me, Sullivan Astorio, a very, very handsome human variant. We have our elf, Ava. She's okay, I guess. And then we have our protagonist of this story, indeed, Lothar, a half-orc, and Sulfar, the lizard boy. And then we have our last one, who is a half-elf thing. I play as a monk in this campaign. I'm a human monk, yes. Ava is our elven wizard. Lothar, as you can guess by what I've said before, he's a barbarian, like I mentioned in the previous animation. Half-orc barbarian, common. Sulfar's just a lizard. Dragonborn, maybe you want to call him. And the other one, Fair, is usually dead, but she plays our party's bard. This story's a little bit further than the campaign, but in this adventure, our party had to cross through a very set of spooky death woods, and or we could go around it, but it'd take longer. So, seeing as how like half our party was missing that day from the game itself, I decided that I was gonna have our party do a mad dash at a fast pace. If you play D&D, you know what a fast pace is. I'd have my party go at a fast pace and cut straight through the woods because it'd take us exactly 1 day to get through it. Our DM rolled for 3 encounters for that one night, considering our pace. So, within the first few hours of us sprinting at high speed through these woods, we actually ended up encountering a group of hobgoblins, which were quickly dispatched by our bard, surprisingly. She used Thunderwave and knocked them all into a tree, so we took care of them pretty fast, and we ventured on for a bit more, and then our next encounter was not as friendly. We ran into your friendly neighborhood ghoul. Well, it was a squad of ghouls, and we also killed them pretty quickly because they couldn't get a pack attack off of us because we dispatched them pretty fast before they could do anything else. And our last encounter was an ogre. And this poor boy was just hungry, but in the end, we still beat his face in, and I ended up snapping his neck with a kick to the jaw. So he was handled as well, and we made our way to our final destination, which was to handle some zombies somewhere. My party had been hired by a nearby town to go investigate zombies. I forget what it was near, but we had to investigate some zombie sightings in a nearby area. So we had to go around there through the woods and try and find where the disturbance was. So we ended up making our way over there finally. We spotted the zombies. They were all idle, like they were. The DM said like they were guarding something. So I snuck around. The rest of them just ran straight in and engaged and got into a fight. And that is when we ran into our boy, the necromancer. The flaw I have for Sullivan is that he tries to do nice, but his main solution is to fight first and talk later. So having me talk to him about why we came to the area ended up me saying we were hired to kill the zombies or kill the necromancer or get the necromancer out of here. And he's like, so that means, and I said, it means we mean you no harm, my friend. Now this was a very bold-faced lie, because he just watched us cut down like 10 of his zombies, and then I also ran up to him in an attempt to beat him, and then I said we mean no harm, when in reality we were hired to kill the zombies and the necromancer, and the only person who didn't want to kill him was our wizard, because she wanted to speak to him. And we were like, fine, we'll try to calm things down, and that's when I spoke to him, and that did not go well. He proceeded to ask me, if you mean no harm, then why did you kill my zombies? You know, and we didn't really have any place. We were like, the zombies were mean, so we had to kill them. We just did our job. We were hired for this. He goes, I'm gonna kill y'all. So he proceeds to create a fireball, a very large one, and chuck it at our party. Unfortunately, myself, Sullivan, Sulfarn, Ava, and Fair were all in one spot when this fireball came crashing down onto our party. Lothar was across the map, so he was not affected by the large explosion that ended up knocking out 4 of our 5 party members, but not Lothar. So essentially, our most non-charismatic, violent, and dumb character was left to negotiate with this guy. And the player playing him was also kind of a wild card at times. It's Chris. Lothar is played by Chris. You all know Chris. Chris is a wild card at times. He's cool, but he does some wild stuff, and it's funny. But, you know, so it did not go well. The Necromancer proceeded to try to knock out Lothar as well, but he couldn't really land many hits, so he just levitated himself like 20 feet off the ground. And then Lothar climbed a rock and jumped about 20 feet up, and then fell another 40 feet and took a hefty bit of damage. And then right after that, for some unknown reason, the guy flew back down to Lothar, which is probably his biggest mistake yet. Because Lothar, after critically wounding him, stuck up behind him and proceeded to... How can I say this without getting demonetized? Oh wait, I don't get my... How can I say without getting my video blocked? Proceeded to forcefully penetrate this man with his other great axe. That wasn't cool. See, this game had taken place while I was at GDC, so I was in the middle of a conference, and I was only told this after the end of my last conference, about 10 minutes, or not 10 minutes, about 5 minutes after this event actually happened. But from what I hear, it was very graphic and not pleasant at all. Lothar ended up reviving our group after incapacitating him. We decided to stand around and decide what we would do with him, but instead of doing that, Ava and Fair decided to go check out the tower that he was guarding to see if there's any cool loot, and Lothar went off to build... Here it comes, a crucifix. And this is where the crucifixion part of the story comes in. He wanted to crucify the guy that he had just forcefully penetrated. And our group was like, you can't do that, bro. Except for the lizard. The lizard was just kind of there. He didn't really pick a side. He was just like, I guess we can do whatever. And I was like, you're not helping the situation. You're like one of the only people that can help us hold back Lothar while we actually just put this man out of his misery. But that didn't happen. He just watched. So I had Ava, our wizard with like no strength, and Fair, our bard with also no strength, who's also like half of Lothar's height, hold him back while I shoot a radiant sunbolt into this guy's chest to put him out of his misery. The way I'm explaining it sounds like, the way I explain it sounds like where it happened real quick, but it was actually about 5 minutes of us arguing over what we should do with him, and about who's gonna hold him back, while I was like, guys, I just wanna kill him. And the DM goes, you know what, are you guys killing him or not? I go, I'm killing him. I shoot him. He goes, alright, cool, you shoot him. He's dead. And I'm like, thank you, that was not very hard. And luckily, both of them got advantage in the roll to hold him back for strength checks, so they managed to actually hold Lothar back, which is pretty impressive, considering he's like double their size and double their strength. So our party began to leave the area. Lothar was not very happy with what just happened because he wanted to crucify him. That was his plan. So he asked the DM, can I punch Sullivan in the face for what he just did? And the DM said sure, and he rolled something higher than my armor class, which is pretty impressive considering I have a 17 armor class, but he also has like a super high strength. And he lands the hit, but here's the catch. I had 1 HP left after being revived from being unconscious, so that hit knocked me out. So it's a common occurrence in my party where as soon as I get up, I get knocked back out again. It's happened at least 4 times on different occasions. We'll get into those stories another time, but I was knocked back out, and that was not very cool. I did not appreciate that at all. He brought me back and then just knocked me back out, and I was like, but I did the right thing. Why am I the bad guy? The party the party revived me, and we continued on our adventure. The next stop was some ghost lady. Wherever it was some ghost lady we had to talk to. I asked if I could have sex with her, but that's also a different story, because, you know, ghost sex seems real lit for Sullivan, but we don't get into that. So, that's about it for the story, guys. I don't know much more to say. That was the whole crucifixion story. It was a lot more than crucifixion, but that was the tale. Indeed, we did end up trying to crucify someone in this campaign. So, I don't know what else there's to explain about it. I got knocked out for saving a life or trying to redeem myself, which is also one of my things I'm trying to do right now for my character. He's going through a redemption arc. And, I got punched in the face. But yeah, my drawings are still pretty bad. I'm still trying to work on getting better, but I'm not super good at drawing. I'm doing my best. Thank you to my party for giving me this amazing story to even be able to commentate over, because without you guys, I would have had another boring D&D video about how to, like, roleplay for, I don't know, role-playing as lizard men or something. I don't know. I hope you guys all enjoy it, and, I'm having fun with these videos, so it takes me a bit to make them, but I'm having fun with them, so if you guys enjoy them, please leave a like and support these. They're really fun to do. And I'll see you guys in the next one. most likely. Later, guys.